new here, my name is Julie and I am a vintage and antique reseller with an antique booth in a brick and mortar store. Today I'm going to share with you my sales for the first part of the month of December. The pay period was November 28th through December 11th, and during that pay period my total sales were $442.80. I'll show you what our sales report looks like. It shows us every single item that we sold and the amount that it sold for. So that $442.80 did not include the 10% commission that we pay to the store. So our check would be that amount minus 10%. It's January 4th and we still haven't gotten our checks that we were supposed to get on December 31st, which is very unusual. So I don't have a report yet on what I sold during the second half of December, and I'm really anxious to see the report because I know I did really good, because every time I would go visit the booth I could see lots of empty spaces. So I'm super curious. And also I've had to pay my rent for January but still don't have my check from the end of December, which sometimes that would be a problem because my bank balance will get low at the end of the month and I need that check to be able to cover my rent check. Thankfully that did not happen this month. I don't have a photo of all the things that sold. Some of the sales actually were for my friend Sylvia. I sell on consignment for her. I did an entire video about whether or not you should sell on consignment, and I will put that at the end card in case you would like to watch that. She is a former artist who owned a pottery studio in Manhattan in the late 1960s, early 1970s, and I was able to sell 2 of her pottery pieces. They were canisters with cork tops. They're absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, I don't have a photo of them. They sold for $36 a piece. And I think that the reason that they sold so quickly was because I was able to tell the customer on the price tag where they came from, the approximate age of the item, and even the name of the pottery studio where they came from. The name of the pottery studio was Good People, Good Pots. And then Sylvia also sold an ashtray for $12. So she had a really good 2-week period and she was very excited about it when I told her about it on the phone. And when I return to Atlanta, I'll give her her money for her items. The first item that sold, and this was in the booth for maybe a couple of days, was this beautiful cat figurine. It was a large figurine, probably about 8 inches long. The company is Formalities. It had some pretty gold trim on it. I paid $1.09 for it and it sold for $24. The second item that sold was this 3-tiered dessert stand, is what I was calling it. I thought it would be really nice for Christmas cookies, and it sold after just a couple of days of being in the booth. I made a mistake. Sometimes I do that. I made a mistake in Microsoft Excel and I had put that I had paid $1.69 for it, and I know that's not right. So I had to take a guess. It was probably more like $10.69 and it sold for $28. I don't want to artificially say that it only costed $1.69 because I know that it didn't. I remember where I found it and that it wasn't just $1.69. It makes it look like you made more of a profit on the item than you actually did, and that affects my tax reporting. So anyway, I try not to make mistakes, but when you're literally adding hundreds of single line items into Microsoft Excel and typing in what you paid for it, mistakes happen. The next thing to tell you about is my vintage wooden Christmas ornaments. And I sold all of them during the months of November and December. I ended up with a Christmas tree with nothing on it. So I scrambled and I found some Snow Babies ornaments and quickly put them on the tree before Christmas because I wanted to keep the tree, but it had nothing on it because all of the vintage ornaments were sold. They were super hot. The Snow Babies ornaments weren't that hot. Here's the tree with the Snow Babies ornaments on it. I basically just took it out of the booth and brought it home, and then I will be searching for more of those vintage wooden ornaments throughout the year because they are cute and they sold really well. And then I'll just get the tree back out next year and put it back in, hopefully with some ornaments that will be a little bit more popular. I thought these Snow Babies ornaments were cute, and Snow Babies do sell well for me, the figurines. I put $6 on the ornaments. Maybe that was a little much, or maybe people just weren't as interested in them. They're not colorful at all. Clearly, the wooden ornaments were so colorful and cute. Maybe that had something to do with how popular they were. The next item is a bunch of Beanie Babies in this 2-week period. I think it's because they were being purchased for Christmas presents for people. I paid either $1 or $1.28 for the Beanie Babies that I have, depending on where I got them. The ones I got at a garage sale, I paid $1, and I also got a bunch at a thrift store, and those were $1.28 each. But I sold 12 Beanie Babies at $10 a piece during this pay period, and that totaled $120 of Beanie Babies, so that was a great sale for me, and I will definitely be looking for more Beanie Babies. The next thing that sold that I have a photo of was this beautiful snowy mountain scene painting. I thought it was an oil painting. My husband said he thought it was acrylic, but regardless, I just put snowy mountain painting on the price tag. I paid $10.69 for this. I loved the rustic wooden frame. I knew that this would be a hot item up here in LJ where I have my antique booth. We are in the North Georgia mountains, and so I thought it would look absolutely gorgeous in a cabin. Now on this one I put $42 on the price tag, and the customer asked for 10% off. Our house rules are, and this is pretty common in antique stores, at least this was the rule in both of the antique stores where I've had a booth, is that if the price tag is not marked firm and if the price of the item is over $20, the customer can ask for a discount and the store will offer 10% off without having to contact the antique dealer who the item belongs to. So the customer did ask for a 10% discount on the snowy mountain painting, so that took $4.20 off of the price. The next item that sold was this cute set of stackable English stoneware coffee cups. The pattern is called Midwinter. Now that I look back at my Microsoft Excel file and see that I paid $7.98 for the set of 3, I didn't charge enough for these. They sold for $20. In order for me to be able to justify how much I pay for rent and how much I spend and how much time I spend, I really should be able to mark up the item 3 times. And so clearly I did not get 3 times what I paid for them. Sometimes you can get more than 3 times what you paid, but these only sold for $20, and they sold so quickly that I probably could have gotten a little bit more for them, but I'm happy that they sold. They were very pretty, and it made a space for something else to go in the booth. I hope that you enjoyed the video today, and I appreciate you being here and watching. It's been a very busy couple of months for us. Fall is very busy for us because we are a tourist town, and a lot of people come up and rent cabins here in the fall to see the beautiful changing of the leaves and to experience the beautiful weather. And then a lot of people rent cabins during the period between Christmas and New Year's for a nice vacation. So we've been very busy, and I look forward to being able to share with you what sold for me during the second 2 weeks of December. See you in the next video.